Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today we continue on with Draconic Ascent. Now, it's been a little while since we've been with this party, as I think I've said it with every time we've been with this party. But a lot going on, as the party did some things last time that had rather catastrophic consequences. As for what those are, well, Nimi was here for most of it, so we're going to make them tell us what's going on.
That and the fact that I think they pretty much call us the last little catastrophe.
Yeah, that too.
Hey, brings me up to 2 campaigns I've derailed. It's fine. I'd say 2 and 3 years?
Either way.
I don't know how long I've been in the Lantern at this point. Either way, basically what happened is that what we started was running towards Axie as this big old dragon told us to make sure she didn't die, which, I mean, we were already on board for that, or at least I can confidently say me and Ruben were on board on her not dying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we rushed to her aid, and there was a lot of fighting. We were kicking ass, and in turn getting our asses kicked. And they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And it got to the stage where we were retreating because we were getting overwhelmed because more just kept coming. And well, it all ended with, as we were retreating and had gotten just far enough away, Nimi made the decision that, well, we were told specifically that if we truly meant what we said, that we would give our lives to make sure that this bitch didn't get the sword. So Nimi dropped the ceiling as well as blocked our escape onto everyone. Our hope is that most of them are dead. That being said, out of the rubble popped, I believe, if I remember correctly, Ruben, you recognized them as...
Abishai.
Yeah, those. You recognize them. They work for Tiamat. They're not good. They're fighting the dragon. We're all... Toshinori is,
Got one shot.
I'm pretty sure... It got one shot. So he's probably actively dying. Someone should probably go grab him. I would offer, but my legs don't currently work. So I will be sitting on the ground shooting my little Eldritch Blast. But yeah, that's... Huh?
Technically speaking, they didn't come out of the rubble. They came out of portals.
Fair. Valid. That is true. But yeah, we're kind of trapped down here.
Indeed, you are. As we are going to rejoin the party as the Abishai race forward, the dragon, or the magma dragon, jumping in the way and starting to engage the pair. The pair move in absolute unison, slashing and defending as one, making it a very dangerous prospect for this dragon, whose name is Pyrothaxis, now that I remember. You can see blades flashing and magma getting ripped out of this dragon. He's not being overrun yet, but he is taking injuries. But he's doing his best to give as good as he gets. Ruben, you get hit full in the chest with its tail getting thrown back over Axie and Nimi.
Yeah, that's smart. Ruben will pick himself up off of the ground as he sees the fighting still going forward. At first, he was fully ready to charge, but out the corner of his eye, he sees, well, he did see Toshinori, since no longer can I, since I'm not on the. Well, you know how the visual thing works with the light source.
Yes, he is no longer in your vision at the moment.
With a grit of his teeth, he's going to look to the others and say, "I'll, I'll go help Toshinori. You guys do something to distract them, so they don't come after me."
Nimi's already
Uh,
doing Eldritch Blast and just being a menace.
let's see here.
Your blasts streak past the dragons, hitting these Abashi without seeming to do much. Half of them they block, the other ones not getting critical, landing fatal blows, only catching them all over the shoulders and only getting glancing blows. These things move like blurs.
I'm just
Pyrothrax
trying to
is
be the
still
menace.
he's still fighting, right?
Yes, he is actively
Okay.
trying to bring down the Abashi and the two Abashis in front of him, as they
Alright,
keep trying to dash around him, but he keeps spreading out his wings and beating them back. So it is a very large battlefield as they keep darting this way and that.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Nora's just gonna walk up and just ask Tarkwell. Hey, buddy. How do you feel about you look a little injured, but how do you feel about one more uh let's just say uh big play?
Well, I can't exactly say no in this situation. Hey, you need big Torquil? You'll get big Torquil.
And big Torkel I will get.
Ruben, as they are doing that, you attempt to lash forward. The moment you come closer, the Abashi immediately switches target, throwing out a dart that is dead center towards your eye. The only reason it doesn't hit you, as one of the fire newts jumps in the way, catches it in the throat, and detonates, the force of it launching you backwards. You did get a sight of three of the golems starting to surround Toshinori before you got thrown.
As Ruben is tossed through the air by the impact, he'll grab his sword off his side and slam it into the ground to slow his speed.
Your blade would not be strong enough to pierce the ground here, as it skitters across the ground and you tumble.
He'll still pull himself back up to all fours as he's gonna start uh, continuing his way towards Toshinori. I know that he's protected by the golems, but I don't know how much medical training they have, let alone magical means of healing.
Fair. And Lunaretta, you were increasing Torquil. Torquil, what are you going to do with your
Hmm?
increased size?
Torquil is going to, you know what, just say fuck it and run forward. He doesn't have any rages left, but he still has his strength and his big old magical sword, so he's gonna run up next to the dragon and try to help fight.
Gotcha. Roll your attack.
They turn on Big Quill, and
Excuse me.
I'm going to recklessly attack with freedom.
You see they step back quickly, jump up, and run at your face. And the dragon manages to slap you with your tail, knocking you to the ground, just as it jumps and tries to decapitate you.
Both Abishai thoroughly distracted by Torquil and the dragon. Ruben's gonna make his attempt to get into the hall and get up to Toshinori.
Okay.
Not missing a beat, Ruben is going to reach down and he is going to cast Cure Wounds on Toshinori to bring him back to consciousness.
He is very out of it. As you see, the gouge in his chest is very deep. Torkel,
That ain't good.
you see a problem.
Yes.
Your movement, the movement forward, and the what Pyrothaxis had to do to get you out of the way, to keep you having a head, has left him open. As you see the other Abashi dart in and slam its sword to the hilt into the front of this thing's chest. You see it let out a mighty roar that shakes the very ground around you. And you see another problem. Magma is starting to spill out, but something inside is starting to flash.
Inside of the dragon.
Yes.
Well, something flashing is never a good thing. I'm pretty. This thing's about to blow, isn't it?
You have no idea.
I'm gonna assume. Do I have a? Can I move?
Yeah.
I'm going to run back toward Nimi, Lunar, Xerxes, and Axie, and try to cover them as best as I can with my big ass body.
That is fair. You actually see one of the guardians, the larger ones, do the same, jumping on to this end, while the others rush forward to attempt to grab at the Abashi. Ruben, what are
Similar
you
thing,
doing?
Ruben is crouching down, drawing out his shield, and essentially doing the same thing, giving cover to Toshinori for the blast.
Gotcha. You see the golems rush forward to attempt to make a barrier. What is the other 2, 3 up to? Xerxes, Nimi, and Lunaretta up as y'all get dogpiled the hell out of.
Yeah, let me just put myself there. Boom.
I mean, I'm gonna grab Axie and try and put myself on top, so that when we get dogpiled, she's on bottom.
Okay, I
Lunaretta
didn't do anything.
and Xerxes?
See here. Okay, well, at least sensing that this is probably gonna hurt, I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself a healing. And that'll be my very last spell slot.
Alrighty. Xerxes, you up to anything?
Nope. I'm bracing.
Everyone feels the ground start to shake, and then there is a light. It might be the light of the gods, you don't know, but it is all you know for a minute, as everybody feels a wave of force burst out from the dragon. You hear the ripping of stone, the screech of metal coming apart, and everything around you is ending. You're not entirely sure when the light goes away, but soon enough you find yourself blinking the light out of your eyes to have a lot of wind in your face. Because we need to change maps. Y'all have also noticed you don't feel any of the others around you anymore.
Are we in freefall?
You are in freefall.
Crap.
Well,
Oh boy.
Oh lord.
Wait, how did
Crap, crap,
something get out
crap.
of my bag? Oh wait, Am I supposed to be unconscious?
No, you were, because you weren't here. You are no longer unconscious,
okay.
so you're good. As all of you have found you are now in free fall with rubble all around you. You see the remnants of some of the golems. You see some of the cultists who were on the other side of the rock. You see, more worrisomely, the Abashi are still alive. They are burnt. They are hurt. But they are still trying to regain sentient or control of their fall. As are y'all, as everybody is currently spinning at quite an extreme speed. Everyone is out of control as of the current moment.
I would like to try to correct my free fall.
We're
doing
going to get that. Don't worry.
Oh,
We're going into combat, though.
Okay. Midair free fall combat.
Alrighty. The first one to go is going to be Toshinori, who unfortunately was knocked out by the blast.
that was a terrible roll.
The next one is this guy, as he is going to attempt to get a hold of himself as he falls, as he's going to make an athletics check. It's going to be a 19 as he does manage to get a hold of himself. I need to put tokens on everybody now that I'm thinking about it. If everybody would
Yeah,
put
have a-
the invincible token on their tokens.
Invincible?
Yes. Just type in invincible.
Love that show.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, I think I'm a conquest.
This is going to denote who is in control of their fall and who is not.
Will I still be enlarged?
No, you would have lost it by this point. Downside of getting blown up and Lunaretta losing concentration.
Fair.
But it did mostly protect y'all from the blast. That is why you are awake. As this guy down there is going to see there is a Reuben nearby, so they are going to make a firebolt spell against him. They have disadvantage, so they are going to miss as you see the bolt stream out but spike up into the air, unable to hit you, Reuben. Xerxes, what are you doing? You are in free fall with no control of your fall at the moment.
Well, I would like to correct myself then.
We will take a movement athletics.
Dang.
Unfortunately, you are still in free fall and unable to get a hold of your fall, so are in no control. That is going to be Toshinori, who is the second Toshinori?
That's not Toshin. No, that's Nimi.
That's an old Toshinori. Hang on there. I need to see who's old stuff and who's not. Old. I just deleted Nimi.
Hey, I actually had a good initiative for one. Damn it. For once, damn it.
Had turn. Nimi had 21.16. Alrighty. That is a fake dude, I believe. Is that the real Lunaretta? Yes, it is. The real Axie. Yes, it is. Real Sizzlewick. These guys should all be on the map somewhere. Is it the real Reuben? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the real Nimi? No. You're not even here. Is that the real Lunaretta? Nope. I really need to remember to clean these out from time to time. You're not here. And that's not the real Torkoal. Where is the real Torkoal?
Imposter.
Oh,
Well,
he's going to
that's-
be way down here. Okay. Alright, we're just going to go through and try to do this while I'll remove him as I go. So that brings us to Luna Red. No, that brings us to Nimi.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you keep trying to skip my turn.
Nimi, you are also in freefall.
Okay. So in order to not be in free fall, I need to make an athletics.
Yes.
Alrighty. Let's see how this goes. You get a 10.
Unfortunately, you are still completely in freefall, unable to control the spinning as you spin the fuck out.
Okay. Do I have any bonus actions? None that I can cast. Okay.
Lunaretta.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to correct myself. That's athletics, you said?
Yep. Also unable to get correct themselves.
Nice. Oh, does that eat the whole turn?
Yes, it does, unfortunately, because you're
Okay.
not able to control your descent. So
Cool.
you're just kind of spinning wildly. Is there anything else you'd like to try to do?
No.
Okay.
I'm out of everything.
That is going to bring us to Axie on a distance away, as she is going to attempt to use her flames to get control of her fall. Which is going to give her advantage. Axie is able to regain her composure, but she's still not sure what entirely is going on. She is going to take a shot herself. Actually, she used her action to do that, so she's out. Sizzlewick is unconscious. Brings us to this guy, who I don't think is on the map. Nope. This guy on the map?
That's not this guy over here.
Neither of these guys are on the map. This guy is. I can see people from other maps, so that's my problem. So I'm seeing people you don't see. As he is going to attempt to get a hold of himself. He is going to crit, as he is going to manage to whip back around. But he does not have anything in range of him, so he is simply falling. That is going to bring us to Ruben.
Assuming that, assuming I was able to see Axie use her fire to, stop her descent, Ruben's gonna try something similar, firing off a firebolt to essentially launch him through the air towards this falling rock nearby him.
Gotcha. Do note it will only help you to stabilize, unfortunately.
Yeah, all right, I'll take what I can get.
But you do have
So that-
advantage on your athletics.
Alrighty.
You
Thank
are
goodness,
going
because
to
that-
manage to get a hold of yourself, so we remove the invincible marker. You are now in control of your fall, but that is your action and movement, so you only have a bonus left.
Okay. The bonus action spells I have, I think I'm better off saving for, once I'm in closer range of someone. So, that is Ruben's turn as he just kind of steals himself in the air.
That is going to bring us to this creature, who's going to use their wings to try to get a hold of their fall. You see, they are very beaten and bloodied. But they are still standing for the moment. They too are going to get able to get a hold of their fall, but they really can't go anywhere as of yet. This guy over here, he is going to attempt to get a hold of him. He is going to succeed as well. The enemies all want to apparently get things running again. Cool. So he's going to try to take a shot at Ruben.
Yeah, ready.
That is going to be a 13 as it streaks past Ruben. Dude, unfortunately, is still unconscious. That is not even the right dude. There's another dude somewhere. Brings us to this guy. He is going to attempt his flip back into normalcy. He is going to fail and continue to fall uncontrolled. That will bring us somebody else that's not here. You're here. We're going to go for another one. He is going to manage to get control of. Merlin, unfortunately, is unconscious. That is a different Axie. Fluffy the Fluffbutt is currently having issues. And this guy, I don't think is on the map. No, he's not. This guy is not on the map. This guy's not on the map. This guy's going to try to get control. He's going to manage it. Bringing us to this one over here. He is not going to manage it. Which brings us to Torquerel.
All right, I'm gonna try to correct myself by spraying myself far out, point break style. 16.
You are going to manage to correct your body.
All right, who's are any of these two guys lower than me?
They're all
Unless if
in the vague area of where you are.
I'm gonna give myself as much surface area for the wind to hit me, so I fall slightly slower than them, so I can get some height.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll have
you
to
don't
wait.
currently have a movement.
Oh.
Because you used your movement to correct your fall.
All right, but I no longer like spitting out, so I can get rid of that. But yeah,
Alrighty, anything else?
right now that's all I can do. I mean,
Alrighty, this guy is going to attempt his athletics, which he is going to fail to correct himself as well, bringing us all the way back to this guy. Didn't you save? Yes, you did. I know you did.
exactly.
Yeah, I think this was the first one to save.
As this guy is going to redirect his body and shoot towards Ruben like a javelin. He is going to reach out with his hand, electricity starting to coat it. Ruben, what kind of armor are you wearing?
I believe it is chainmail. But seeing as this is a spell, I believe I have a little something from Mage Slayer. I'll wait on opportunity attack. Oh wait, no. When a creature within 5 feet casts a spell, can use reaction to make melee attack.
Cool. So he'll finish his attack, though.
All
That
right,
is
at
going
the
to
very
be a
least, though, I do get a
21
counter
as he
spell.
grabs you, electricity surging through you. You're going to take 1 stalking damage and unfortunately lose your reaction.
Ah, that's cheap.
Shocking grasp.
How much damage did you say again?
Just 1 lightning.
Okay.
You get absolutely pissed poor with it. There is another issue. As he bounces into you, he hits you, but the electricity and force of his blow sends you spiraling that way. You're able to quickly regain control of your fall again, but you are launched away. Xerxes.
I'm gonna try again to correct myself. Dang.
Unfortunately, you are having a hard time.
That's the same thing I rolled last time.
Probably. Nimmy!
Okay, seeing that people are using magic to try and right themselves, I'm gonna use my Eldritch Blast to try and right myself.
Gotcha. I'll give you advantage.
It'll give me normal.
Fair.
Where athletics? Where the? I'm like, all I see is deception, and that doesn't even start with an A. If you could unfreeze, that would be nice. Come on.
You do
Come
manage
on.
to
Oh,
get
okay.
control of yourself
Oh,
again.
okay. Okay. I see Toshinori, and I see Fluffy. Ah!
You also see Sizzlewick is no longer on your back, and you do not feel Merlin in your pocket.
I can look around and see them?
Yep.
Okay. So, I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
My Chevrophides do not work right now. Do I even have a movement to do anything?
You just used it to recorrect yourself.
My speed is 0.
Oh.
I have 5 levels of exhaustion.
You would still have it because you're not actively walking around.
Okay.
Effectively, you're
So.
gliding.
Okay, so well then on my next turn,
We'll figure out what you do.
yeah.
Lunaretta, you are still in freefall.
Cool.
You, however, managed to catch yourself, flipping
Nice.
back over and righting yourself.
Cool. So I remove the token.
Invincible, yes.
Cool. All right. And did it cost any movement to repair myself, or
Yes, it costs your full
orient
movement
myself?
action.
It cost my full movement action. Okay, cool.
Yes.
I can't attack. Can't shoot.
You still have your main
You know
action
what? Yeah.
and your bonus action.
Let's see here. Actually, this guy. I guess just on this guy, I'm gonna vicious mockery.
Gotcha. He is going to attempt a wisdom save. That is a 4. He is going to fail. He has disadvantage on his next attack.
And that'll be your turn.
That is going to bring us to Axie. Axie is going to move off this way and grab something. You hear the Abashi immediately start getting pissed off. Sizzlewick still in freefall. This guy is able to move as he is going to be dashing this way at Reuben, but that's as close as he can get. Reuben, you are no longer in freefall. You can move 40 feet, but you cannot dash.
Okay. Ruben's going to take this opportunity to sort of air swim his way towards the. Well, actually, should I go
It's more
after the
just
one that's
redirecting your body, so you fall in a certain direction.
right?
Follow
I was
your style.
describing like that, that comedic thing where like you try to swim for the air, like when you're in free fall.
Yep.
But yeah, Ruben will be going after the mage that just attacked him, making his way in that direction and drawing out his longsword once more, taking a one-handed swing.
Gotcha. You
17
are
to
indeed
hit.
going to hit.
Alrighty. 4 points of slashing damage. Not bad.
You get a good gouge, and he goes spiraling away from you. From the force of your blow.
Yeah, not so fun when it happens to you, now is it?
You hear a hiss. Anything else from Reuben?
He is going to turn in the direction of the closest Abishai. I believe it is, by my measurements, or at least from what I can see.
Oh.
Yep, this one over here. And he is going to growl out in Draconic, loud enough for it to hear. Come on, get some. Right over here.
It is then that one's turn, and it completely ignores you, making a beeline for Axie. That's as far as I can get. That brings us to this guy. He's going to attempt to come this way. Which brings us to this guy over here. Where's this guy? Where is this guy? Oh, no? I don't think this guy's on the map. I must have missed him. Alrighty. That brings us to this one over here, who is in freefall. I need to see if he can rate himself. Nope. Brings us to this one here, who is firing himself towards Torquil. Merlin is unconscious. Fluffy's having issues. Brings us to this raider, who is going
Above table, why is Fluffy having issues?
Their arms are in casts and can't really correct
No,
their
they
fall.
aren't. They haven't been in casts for a while.
Oh, right. Well, they're also still tiny and not very good at falling.
I will give you that, but yeah. Don't debilitate them more than they already are.
This one is going to launch itself at Lunaretta, taking a swing. That is a 22. Dishing out 3 damage to Lunaretta and knocking her asunder.
Is that 22 with disadvantage?
Yes.
Ah,
It's a 24-22.
okay.
That was rude.
So Lunaretta gets a little launched and a little stabbed. Brings us to this guy. He's trying to get a hold of himself. He doesn't like falling. That is a 10. He's not getting it. Torquil.
Alright. Torquil is going to angle himself towards the guy who's coming at him. And start heading over. Sword drawn, ready to strike. And I basically pull a Levi Ackerman and just swing recklessly.
Nice.
Gotcha.
I'm going full blade. 14.
That is going to hit.
Let me turn off my damage modifier. For 8 slashing.
A good shot. As
Wait.
he goes spinning away from you.
Was it 1 or 2? I think it was 2s that I can reroll
Yeah, I
as
think
well.
1 or 2. You can reroll. Great weapon master.
Great weapon.
Fighting.
Yeah. Where the hell is it? I know it's. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 1 or 2. I could reroll both those. So it's a. What is it? It's a.
Is it reroll or does
D6.
it become a 2? Oh, yeah. So
It's a
you can
reroll. 2 D6s. Mm.
So that goes from
9, 3, so
4.
it's 12.
So 5 more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, anything else?
Nope, I still Beyblade attack him.
This one over here is still struggling. Are you going to manage? No, he's still having issues. Toshinori is unconscious. Brings us to this guy. He is going to charge Ruben again and try to touch him with the electric touchy touch.
Okay.
That is a 24, which is going to hit. 3 lightning damage to Ruben.
And once again, I do not get my mage swing.
Correct. Zarkases, you are still swinging wildly as Ruben gets knocked asunder.
I'm gonna use my Eldritch Blast to try to correct myself.
You have advantage. Nope.
Dang.
But a little too
Well.
much spin on it.
Yep. You're spinning the other way now. Nimmy, what are you doing? You have 40 feet of movement.
Okay. How far are you away from me, Lunaretta? I need to get. Okay, I have 40 feet of movement. Okay. I'm going to go here. And I'm gonna try and wake Toshinori up because technically Ruben healed him.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up, motherfucker!
Are you going to use your action to do so?
Yeah!
I
Wake up, wake up, wake
need
up!
a sleight of hand or athletics check.
Oh, we're doing sleight of hand, please and thank you. Okay.
You do manage to slap him awake. He is starting to come to.
Okay. And then Nimi is also going to mentally tell Lunaretta, get me my owl bear. That's the closest one you're to. But that's it.
Where the oh, it's up north. Right.
Lunaretta!
It's half movement to move.
No, you have 40 feet of movement.
Okay.
You just can't
Over
dash.
there. Yeah. I'll pop up over here, grab the owl bear.
Gotcha. You get it upside down, and it's just like.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll give it an Emmy. Did that use just a free action or?
If you're trying to change directions, I will need an acrobatics check to try to change your trajectory. Do you have disadvantage? Yeah, you have disadvantage. Unfortunately, you are unable to turn back around.
Okay.
So you can only go in the same direction.
All right. Do I still have my action, or did that eat
Yeah.
up just a free action? Okay.
You're
I'll
just,
vicious
well,
mockery
no,
as
that grappling Fluffy is still a grapple, so that would be your action.
Okay, then that's it.
My apologies. That is going to bring us to Axie, as Axie's going to try to jet this way. You hear a lot of screaming at her. She is going to take a disadvantage bolt. She's going to miss. Sizzlewick is unconscious. It's going to bring us to this guy. He's going to go try to beat up on Xerxes while he has the advantage. That is a 17 that is going to hit. 5 slashing to Xerxes, and he gets launched. Ruben.
Alrighty. So with Merlin unconscious, he is not in a good position right now. I have a little bit of an idea to. I know you said we couldn't dash, but I have an idea for launching myself with extra force.
Mm-hmm.
By way of the thaumaturgy cantrip, one of the effects is creating a super loud burst of sound. In Ruben's case, kind of a dragon shout, as it were. Would I be able to use that to launch myself midair and
No.
gain some extra speed?
The sound would not have a pushing force.
True. Alrighty. Will I be able to do the same with my firebolt then?
You'd be able to get a little bit more with your firebolt. You'd be able to add 10 to your movement speed. So for that turn, you'd be able to move 50 instead of 40.
Okay, is 50 enough? Let me measure this out real quick. 50 would not be enough. However, 40...
You might be able to get to Sizzlewick, though.
That is true. Where is Sizzlewick, actually? Oh, there they are. Let's see here. I think I can... Okay, that's 45.
And do
50.
note,
Okay,
south
yeah.
of Sizzlewick, you also see the unconscious Doot.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to use Thaumaturgy or Firebolt to get a little bit of extra distance and make myself over towards Sizzlewick.
Gotcha. move your 50.
Hmm.
You are now next. This is Eliwick.
As I'm passing by, I'm going to yell out to Nimi and Lunaretta, get Xerxes stabilized. And I'm guessing that takes my action, the firebolt.
Yes.
Alrighty, then that is my turn.
That is going to bring us to this Abishai, who is going to slam into Axie and grab the fuck out of her. Or at least they're going to try to. Axie. You're going for an acrobatics. She is only just able to get her foot in front of her and kick off this creature's snout, staying out of their grip for now. That is going to bring us to this guy, who has seen Reuben has changed course, so he's giving chase. As he is going to attempt to grab. He is going to crit Reuben.
Oof, what is he hitting with?
That is going to be a 6 and a 1 for a total of 7 damage.
Okay, another shocking grasp.
Yep.
I
They
was
don't have
afraid of
weapons
that.
that you can see, so.
Any other spell, anything that would get me my reaction attack.
But that is it for them. Which brings us to this guy over here. Are you going to be any better at getting your feet under you? No. You are having all kinds of trouble. This guy's going to slam into Torquil. That is going to be a third. No, Torquil, you reckless last turn, didn't you?
Yes.
Make sure you put it on your token. That is going to be a 14, which barely hits. That is going to be for 3 damage. And Torquil gets knocked back. Merlin is unconscious. Fluffy is in Lunaretta's arms, upside down, but still not really able to do much of anything. That brings
Can they push off
us...
of Lunaretta towards Nimi?
Yeah, but they don't know they're supposed to. That's going to bring us to this guy, who is going to attempt to give chase to Lunaretta. That is going to be an attack. That is a 12, which I think misses. Yes, it does. That is going to bring us to this guy. He's still trying to get a hold of himself. Athletics. He's going to crit fail. He's really spinning. Dark roll.
All right, Torque will right himself and angle himself back toward fighting to shoot towards that guy. That's 15 feet. I'm gonna try to smack him
Gotcha.
recklessly, of course. For 17.
That's going to hit. I don't think he gets knocked back.
Oof, that is maximum damage right there.
It is indeed, as you are going to get a good blow on him.
And I'm going to use the momentum to keep on going downward,
Mm-hmm.
if I can,
Mm-hmm.
to about here, because I see my little mouse bro.
That's changing
hanging-
direction. I need an acrobatics.
Four.
Unfortunately, it's a 4, which means you'd be unable to change your direction.
Can I still use my movement to go further down the line I was already going?
Yeah, you just can't turn.
All right, so I think it was 25 feet, so I go down this way.
Gotcha. Well, that's going to bring us to this guy. He has advantage. Does it matter? No, he still can't get himself back together. That is
His
going to
wings
bring
got
us...
really fucked up.
That's going to bring us to Toshinori. Toshinori is going to grab onto Nimi and stabilize himself. He is looking around, the wind rushing past his face as some health comes back. How much health comes back, Toshinori? Was I right? Yeah, I was right. Unfortunately, that's what he's up to, because he's still very confused as to what's going on. brings us to this guy who's going to try to shoot the wolf. Whoop. He's going to miss horribly. Xerxes, you're still spinning like a top over there.
I'm gonna try to correct myself again with an Eldritch Blast.
You got this? You do manage to correct yourself this time.
And that takes up my action, right?
Action and movement, yes.
Okay. Well, then that's it for my turn.
Gotcha. You still have your bonus action if you want to use it.
There's not much to use.
Fair. That brings us to Nimmy.
Nimmy is gonna turn to this motherfucker and just in their head go, "You touch my owlbear, and I will rip you to shreds." And then we're gonna hit them with an Eldritch Blast.
I'm going to hit him with an owl bear.
No, where is my Eldritch Blast? That is Firebolt.
Do note you have disadvantage.
I
Granted,
know.
you have
I have
disadvantage
disadvantage on. Curiosity, what were you telling me that I had disadvantage because of?
You're in freefall and trying to use a ranged attack.
I'll give that to you. But I will be having disadvantage for the foreseeable future.
Yay.
I don't know why I try and roll this at disadvantage on this fucking thing. It never likes it. There's one.
Hey, did we skip over Xerxes' turn?
No, he
He's
stabilized himself.
Oh,
That is still going to hit.
Don't fucking touch my owlbear. You are getting too close.
That is going to hit them as they spin off in this direction.
And Toshinori is stabilized.
Yes. He
Okay.
used you to stop his spin.
Okay. Ruben's got Sizzlewick. Okay. I'm going to hold my movement until Lunaretta can get over to me and put a marshmallow in my bag. And once they do, I'm gonna go start moving in Axie's direction.
Gotcha.
I don't think Marshmallow would fit in your bag. Fluffy would, however.
Poor Marshmallow.
You are right. Fluffy, not Marshmallow. Marshmallow would not fit in my bag.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna float on over with Fluffy,
Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy.
and I'll hand them off.
It does take an action to do so in the fall.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Just put them in my bag.
Yeah, I'll put them in the bag. And that eats up my full action, so that'll be the turn.
Gotcha. That is going to bring us to Axie. They are going...
And because of that, that triggers my movement.
Yes.
And I'll go that way.
Axie is going to jettison this way, taking a blast as she goes. As she is trying to get away. That is a 16. She is going to manage to hit that one. Dishing out a total of 4 damage. No, she's not. As the flames bounce over them ineffectually. Sizzlewick is still unconscious. That is going to bring us to this guy, who once more is Xerxes, so he's coming in hot. That is a 14. It's going to hit. 3 damage to Xerxes.
Xerxes have Hellish Rebuke.
He has no spell slots.
Yeah.
He has a natural one as a tiefling.
I think he used it. And that
I don't
depends
think
on
I
what
did because I'm gonna be
style.
real. I forgot I had that.
Do you have it? Because not all of the tieflings have it.
I think I do.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
the
sure. Let me
standard
check.
one, then you do.
Then I'm gonna use that
Gotcha.
because I'll forget if I don't.
Gotcha. Level 2
Let me
Hellish Rebuke.
see.
He is going to save against you.
Still half damage.
I'm working on it.
Well, that would be 16 down to an 8, but he is resistant to fire damage, pushing it all the way down to a 4.
But that should launch him away.
Yes, it will. Yeah, it goes back over there. Oh, Ruben!
Alrighty. Ruben is going to first and foremost use his action to use his last spell slot and cast Cure Wounds on Sizzlewick to
Do
get them.
remember, Sizzlewick's issue is not that they have no health.
Oh, is it like with Toshinori and they just need to be jealous of the wake?
No. Remember, Sizzlewick stopped the thing from falling on the first time? Her
Right,
and
right.
Merlin are completely exhausted. They've been
Okay.
unconscious for a while.
Okay, in that case, instead, Ruben is going to swim his way around Sizzlewick to deal with the spellcaster in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to. He's going to use that spell slot instead for casting a Thunderous Smite once more,
Gotcha.
as he is going to take a swing with his sword.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Unfortunately, that is going to miss with an 8.
luckily he still has a smite because he then hit, but that stings.
That's going to bring us to this guy over here who has given chase on Axie, unwilling to leave her alone.
Ruben, make sure to put the blue book on your character.
He
Thank you.
is going to crit bite Axie, dishing out a total of 10 damage.
There it is.
That is going to bring us to this guy. He is going to try to bad touch Ruben.
Mm-hmm.
Even with advantage, that's still a crit fail.
Yes, finally. And you know what that means.
You can use your
Get
reaction.
him.
to hit him.
13?
13 is going to hit.
Yes. Vengeance. Thy
So
name is
7
Ruben.
damage. And the 11.
And the 11 from Thunderous. Yeah, assuming he
does
makes the strength.
Yeah. Your attack deals. So the strength save doesn't matter. As long as you hit him, the damage happens. So he gets knocked 20 feet away from you if he fails his strength save, which he does. Because you take the damage either way. The strength save is only to get knocked around.
Now, is that 20 feet plus the 10 that Ruben would get from the natural smack?
Yep.
Alrighty.
So 10 from Thunderous, 10 from just naturally launching the bastard. This guy over here, is he doing any better? Negatory. He is having a bad day over there. This one is going to give chase to Torquil. Going for an attack from behind, trying to land on him and dram his blade into his back. That is going to be a 15 to dish out 3 damage, knocking Torquil this way. Merlin's still unconscious. This guy is going to try to spike back at Lonoretta. Crit fail. This guy is in freefall still. He's finally going to get a hold of himself. He can't go anywhere. Torquil.
All right, Torquil is going to. Is it another acrobatics check to see if I can?
No, you can move whichever way you want this time. It's just if you change your direction mid-flight.
All right, I'm going to head this way and try to catch the little mouse.
It will take your action to do so.
All right.
You have caught a Merlin.
All right, I'm going to put him in my one of my little pouches and continue my way forward this way.
Gotcha.
Let me get rid of that disadvantage.
I did not reckless this time.
So Merlin's off the map. That's gonna bring us to this guy. You having any luck over there, bud? He finally gets correction. Using his wings, he finally gets his fall under control. That's going to bring us to Toshinori. Toshinori sees there is a problem right behind him. Lunaretta generally gets in more trouble, so he's going to go up this way.
I think he has the movement to flank.
He wouldn't be able to get straight over there.
Ah,
But he is going to take a swing. That is going to be a 12, which is unfortunately going to be a miss.
oof.
Which brings us to this guy. He's going to go after Nimi. Shocking Grasp. That's an 11. I think that misses. Yep. Xerxes.
I'm gonna blast at this guy with disadvantage.
Gotcha.
There. Oh, oops, that's with advantage, but you know.
14's going to hit. Five damage as he gets knocked back this way.
And I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. That's it.
Nimi.
Um. Oh. Okay. What does this one do? I'm gonna reach out. He wants the shocking grasp. I'll reach out and I'll chill touch.
Okay. Isn't Chill Touch a ranged attack?
No, it is not. Chill touch is a touch spell.
Of good range.
No. Chill Touch is a ranged spell attack. Still going to hit, though. Because
Make
you're
a
not...
melee spell attack. What are you looking at?
Chill Touch? The cantrip? You create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature
No.
within range. Is that the 2024 version?
It shouldn't be. I shouldn't have that on.
That is the 2024 version.
I swear to the motherfucking. I have disadvantage anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you hit anyway, but this is the version of it that because it summons a hand and throws it at him.
Okay. I am going to. One moment. Because I.
Chill Touch is weirdly right. The only reason I know it's ranged is because it's weird that it's ranged.
It is the most
Yeah.
deceptive spell in terms of naming.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'll give him this. I understand why they changed it in the 2024.
Yeah.
Because it should be touch.
But
It-
you still
it-
hit, so roll me that damage.
Yes, let me do that.
As a skeletal hand shows up and bitch slaps him away from you. 8 necrotic. As he goes spinning off this way.
It just has a Three Stooges style, like slap an eye poke.
Anything else?
But that's
from
all
you?
I can do.
Gotcha. Lunaretta.
Yeah. This guy's fighting us. Oh, I can't even get flanking on him. Well,
I mean, you can move through them. It's kind of like you're falling. You just go on, up and over.
okay. Well, would I be able to get flanking with Toshinori to orient that way? Alright. So I'll go there, and then I'll try to stab the guy. Does this give advantage, or is it +5?
+2.
+2. Okay. Go ahead and stab him with a rapier.
That is going to hit for a 20. No, you have disadvantage, so 18.
18.
That is not going to be damage to Shinori, but that's going to stab him in the back.
And that'll be the turn.
Brings us to Axie. Axie's got a problem. This guy's can deal with fire. So, Axie, what you got that can help you here?
Radiant?
Axie, 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 Axie. She is going to spark an explosion between the two of them, as it is going to detonate. His Axie is going to get launched this way, and this guy is going to get launched this way. But
By chance, does she slam into the other guy with enough force to do damage?
no, she doesn't quite make it over there, but both of them are in free fall again. As Axie went spinning away. Sizzlewick's still unconscious. That brings us to this guy who wants to beat Xerxes within an inch of his life. So he's going to fly back over here with his scimitar. It's a 24 to hit for 4 slashing. Ruben.
Alrighty. With some distance put between me and the spellcaster, Ruben's gonna take the opportunity to resheath his katana, or not katana, longsword, and grab Sizzlewick under the now free arm, and launch himself off towards Dute.
Gotcha.
Does he have... if he does the thaumaturgy trick once more, he should be able to at least get within...
That's Firebolt. But also remember you need your action to grab Sizzlewick.
Right. So I'll just move the regular 40 feet then.
Gotcha. Anything else?
That is everything.
That's going to bring us to this guy. He is going to try to regain his composure. He is much better at it than his friend, as he is going to level himself back out. That is going to bring us to this guy, who's going to give chase to Ruben. So he's going to go for another grasp. That is a 20. 3
20
damage.
does hit. Okay.
And a loss of your reaction. I apologize for those who can only barely see. The party's rather separated at the moment. But that is what he's up to, as he fires you off that way.
Okay, at least I got Sizzlewick with me.
That is going to bring us to this guy next to Axie, who finally rights himself. And he has an action. He is going to stab Axie in the back, or at least attempt to, before he gets a foot to the face. As he misses, this guy's still chasing Torquil. He's going to try to cut him off. Going for an attack. That is a 24, which is going to hit, dealing, wow, only 2 damage.
Alright.
Bringing us to this guy.
That doesn't move me?
Yes, it does knock you back 10. That's going to be against Lunaretta. Excuse me. That is going to be an 18.
Yep.
3 slashing.
Cool.
You get launched backwards. Brings us to this guy. Is he still in free fall? No. He is going to fly this way to go assist with the hunt. Bringing us to Torquil.
I'm going to use the momentum of that guy smacking me to head towards this beast over here. You said these things are real hurt, right?
Yeah,
Well,
they're
this guy's in
looking
free fall.
significantly weaker.
This guy's in free fall anyway. Does that give me advantage on attacking him?
No.
Aw. Alright, well, I'm going to attack him recklessly then.
That is going to hit.
21. For 14 slashing.
Oh, it's going to do some damage.
And that's it.
That brings us to this one over here, who is going to ignore you and start heading that way. Bringing us to Toshinori. Toshinori is going to go for his attack. He's not going to Great Weapon Master this time. That is going to be 12 damage as he takes a nice hard chunk out of this guy's chest.
Very good.
And he gets blasted right over to Lunaretta. That is going to bring us to this guy. He's given chase to Nimi. Xerxes.
I'm gonna blast this guy again.
That is going to miss, unfortunately.
And that's it.
Well, that brings us to Nimi.
Okay. I will take the up. I don't know if I'm going to get an up attack. I'm going here.
It does not trigger one.
Okay. And then I am going to we're gonna blast the bloodied one.
Gotcha, you have disadvantage, but you already had that, so it doesn't matter. That is going to hit.
And occasionally I'm eventually just gonna riot. It's fine.
There we go.
A full 10 damage, killing him outright. As you see his body disappears in a blaze of fire.
Okay, and then I technically have like 10 more feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get back to back with Axie?
You'd need to redirect yourself with an acrobatics.
Okay.
Do they have advantage for the Eldritch Blast being in that direction?
Mm-mm.
Was that a
No.
or a nuh-uh? Okay, thank you. Where? There it is.
You are going to manage to redirect yourself. Do note you cannot technically go back to back with Axie as she is flailing wildly right now.
Or is she in free fall?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She
Well,
got flung by
I'm
her earlier attack.
yeah, so I'm here to help. I will go back to back with her when she's no longer in free fall.
Gotcha. Lunaretta.
Yeah, I'm gonna sack this guy.
Gotcha. Go for him. It's going to miss.
Yep, that's a turn.
Brings us to Axie. Axie's going to attempt to right herself. She's using her abilities again, but she is still going to fail. As she is very much spiraling. Sizzlewick is still being Sizzlewick. This guy over here, he is going to try to stab Xerxes. That is a 19, which hits. 3 slashing and a launched Xerxes. Robin.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to, at the very least, partially revive Sizzlewick? Like,
No.
get them to consciousness at least?
Not a, even if you did, it wouldn't matter. They're not strong enough to do anything.
All right. In that case, Ruben is going to be launching himself through the air towards Doot. Just as a quick rolling question, do I have my shield currently equipped from when I blocked the explosion before?
Yes.
I've been making the one-armed strikes as
Yeah.
you
you'd
know,
still have it
under the
equipped.
impression. So
It'd be lashed to your arm, so it wouldn't have gone anywhere.
okay. So yeah, I do not have the extra free arm to grab Doot with. However, Ruben does still have his tail available, and Doot is small enough they can at least coil it around them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use my action to secure Doot with my tail.
Gotcha. Also note, Dude just got blown up. If you can wake Dude up, Dude will be able to move again.
Okay. In that case, instead of coiling with my tail, what is the rule for exhaustion casting again?
Do note, he's not even out of HP. He just needs to be slapped back awake.
Okay.
But it is
Yeah.
for every level you cast, you take a point of exhaustion.
In that case, I am going to tail whip him awake.
Athletics or sleight of hand.
Definitely going with athletics. That's a 12.
That is going to manage to wake him.
Come on, little buddy. Get up, get up.
As you slap the shit out of him. He is still in free fall.
At the very least, he can fly.
Flying ain't gonna help here. Well, I'll give him
But
advantage,
yes.
but
But yes, that is my turn.
alrighty. That is gonna bring us to this guy over here, who is going to attempt to right himself this time. He is gonna manage to flip around, and he has a Torkoal in the way. But you know what? Or no, he's gonna try to bite Torkoal. Well, not bite him. He's gonna try to slash at him with a sword.
Isn't he still spinning out?
No, he just righted himself.
Oh.
He is
Doesn't
gonna
that take
manage
his
to right
action, though?
himself. No, it takes his movement.
Ah.
Because he didn't use his wings or anything to try to right himself. He just tried to right himself. That is going to hit for a total of 7 force. Not force. Why does your sword do... Alrighty, 7 force damage. As you get blasted away from him, Torkoal.
Oh.
So you're going to go 15 feet from him. Excuse me. But he can't move. This guy's chasing Ruben. Excuse me. Unless he's going to try to shock him again. That's a 10. That misses.
And Ruben is going to use his reaction. His arm is shielded. His other arm is holding Sizzlewick, so he's going to use the spin momentum and get a unarmed strike chin kick off of him.
Okay. Excuse me.
All right, where is unarmed strike? There it is.
That's a miss.
That's a natural one.
Excuse me. Alrighty.
I think Ruben is spinning in the air once more.
Pretty much. That is going to bring us this guy who's going to try to stab Axie. That's a 12. He's having a bad day. He misses. This guy's going to try to stab Lunaretta. That is an 18. That's going to hit. 3 damage. Lunaretta gets knocked off that way. Excuse me. This guy's going for a follow. He's almost arrived. Torkoal.
All right. I could use a hand. So Ruben.
Neither of the Abashis are paying attention to you, by the way.
I don't want to have to fight another one, so I'm just gonna start heading over this way.
Gotcha.
That's all I can do right
Excuse
now.
me. That brings us to this guy. He is jetting this way. Toshinori gets his move, going in for his attack. He's going to miss. Going for this guy, who's over here chasing Torquil. Xerxes. Oh, I've got all kinds of pollen attacking me today. What the hell?
I don't suppose you have anything melee, Xerxes, do you?
Oh, I do. If I have a spell slot, which I don't. So
what
I'm
about
gonna
regular
blast.
weapons?
I mean, I've got a knife. But where's the fun in that? I'm gonna blast him again.
That
Oof.
is going to miss.
I'm going to how much? So does free fall like affect my movement at all, or am I still
40
like
feet of movement.
40 feet of movement? Okay. Then I'm gonna make my way over. Let me see. Here.
Gotcha.
And that's it.
Nimmy.
Okay, Nimmy. Okay, I can see that these things are coming for Axie, correct?
Oh, yeah.
What does Axie have that they want?
You see, it looks like in one of her hands she has the hilt of a sword.
Okay. I am going to mentally tell Axie that if she is able to put the damn thing in my bag without somebody noticing, do so, and I will run to give her time as a distraction. I am going to rate her, at least attempt to rate her.
She is going to yell out, "They can sense it!"
Okay, noted.
Where is Dude on the turn order?
Non-existent.
Get back on
Which
the
means
turn
that
order.
if I have it, they'll run after me and not her.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna just take it from her.
You gonna attempt to disarm her? Because she is currently in better condition than you.
Our movement is the same. And the
movement
thing
is
is,
the
if
same, but she can fight. And she's a lot harder to disarm.
here's my thought process. If I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, they're focusing on me, which means that everyone else can just dogpile them.
Same thing could be done for Axie.
Except Axie's in better condition to fight than I am.
Save for the fact they're immune to her attacks.
That's fair. I don't like them going after her.
And she doesn't like them going after you. So, are you going to attempt to disarm Axie?
I'm gonna make a wisdom check first. Nope, intelligence doesn't win out. Yep.
So make
Yes, I am.
an you don't have a weapon, so it'd be an unarmed strike. So a strength check.
Welcome to the slap club.
Actually, you don't even have an action to do it. You just write it Axie.
Well,
we have to wait till
no.
next time.
1 sec, because I haven't yet. Because
No,
you
they said
changed
you
what you changed my yes, and then you changed what I was gonna do because you said that because I mentally said that to her and then went to go do it, but then she said that, so now I'm thinking.
Okay.
Don't you still have primal savagery?
I've never had primal savagery.
Oh,
That's a druid thing.
I must be thinking of someone else then. I know you have some kind of like bite thing.
I do have a bite, but that will actually hurt Axie.
Ah,
You said so an unarmed strike?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna use my hero point to get rid of disadvantage.
Gotcha.
Where I just had it. There it is.
Do note her spinning out of control will work more in her advantage than yours.
Yeah? I'm still trying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want them to have it, and I don't want her to be chased.
You managed to grab onto it. I need another charisma save as you feel a mind try to push into yours. You have just enough time to make a choice.
Okay?
Tiamat herself is attempting to take over your body.
Ah,
Do you let go before she can?
yeah, because that's bad.
As you feel the power surge through the hilt, fire starting to lick around the top of it, and you immediately let go and it silences again.
Fair enough. Can I get a fuck you before as I do that?
Yeah, you can curse at it.
Yeah, it's aimed at her general direction.
Fair. Anything else?
Listen, I'm already on her fucking shit list.
Fair. Anything else?
No, because I tried to take it from her, so that's realistically all I can do.
I'm just
Lunaretta.
imagining. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Ruben. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm imagining with Axie, like, right there and unable to hear the mental conversation, she just looks at you, so hurt, like, what did I do?
Oh no, Nimi's voice, she's literally only speaking to cast spells.
True.
Everything I have to do is through mental telepathy at the moment.
And unfortunately, there's just too much in between Ruben and fucking Axie to really hear what's going on. But Lunaretta, that brings us to you.
Stabbing.
Stab and cabin, you get flanking. You're gonna hit. 9 damage. That is a kill as he goes up in flames.
Cool. Five. We could just move up to flat 40.
Yep.
Alright. I think I was already moving in one direction anyway. So. There you go. That's gonna be a turn.
Gotcha. That is going to bring us to Axie. Axie is going to attempt to right herself. Axie is going to manage it this time. Actually, no, she still has that. That's going to fail, so Axie's going to do something else stupid. She is going to set off another bomb. And she is going to launch all three of y'all this way. All three of y'all are now in freefall. As Axie's using herself as a concussive grenade to launch herself about the map now, because she doesn't really have much control otherwise. That brings us to this guy. He's gonna go after Xerxes because he doesn't like Xerxes. So he's going all the way over here. Going for a stab. That is a 20. That's gonna hit for 4 damage and Xerxes back. Bringing us to Ruben.
Alrighty. Ruben's got the mage in front of him. Still can't draw a sword with Sizzlewick, but he is going to rear back his shield bearing arm and he's going to Captain America style slam into him
Gotcha.
for
so,
an improvised weapon attack.
Yep. So strength check.
Well, with Tavern Brawler, I have proficiency in this.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you had Traveling Baller. So yeah, you're good.
Beat their ass.
Beat their ass. That is gonna hit.
14.
I think it's what, a D6 for Tavern Brawler? No.
D4. But still, damage is damage.
Yep.
Ruben is a scrappy fella, and that is 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
So he goes flying that way.
And Ruben's going to take the opportunity to launch himself in the direction of Torquil.
Gotcha.
Oh, that means bringing that guy with me. As he is going to, not as an actual action, but just sort of like, put dudes in between them as he says, "All right, little buddy, Torquil's not looking too good. You know what to do."
He is still in freefall at the moment, though.
True.
But
But yeah, that's Ruben's turn.
will bring us to this guy who is coming this way. This guy who's chasing Ruben. Shocking Grasp. 15?
15
misses.
is a miss.
It does. Alrighty. That brings us to this guy up here
Oh,
who's
hang
in
on.
freefall. Oh,
Since I have my reaction,
get him.
20 to hit.
That's going to hit. I'm trying to take it off the Sizzlewick. He's going to get knocked over here. 7 damage.
Yep, maximum there. Ruben just smacks him away with the shield once more.
Yep. That's going to bring us to this guy.
I'm getting good at this free fall
Athletics.
fighting.
He's still fucking flying around. Dude's going to try to get himself back up, right? He's got advantage. He's going to crit as he rights himself. And he headbutts Torquil. As he is forcing out the last... He's overexerting himself to put a little more magic into Torquil. As Torquil, you get 25 HP back.
Excellent.
Welcome back to the party, big guy.
That
It's
is
good to be
going to bring us to this guy over here who's coming after Ruben. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That
4
does
damage.
hit. Yeah, right.
Torquil.
Can I use a free action to pull the pouch I have Merlin in and give it to Dude before I go off to battle?
It would be an action to hand off.
Oh, okay. Okay, the Dude, then Merlin's coming with me as I shoot over here. Can I aim where I hit this guy?
Not particularly.
Oh, I want to try to I want to try to shot this guy into the other dragon, but I'm gonna attempt to attack him recklessly, of course.
It's gonna hit.
19.
11 damage as he gets spiked over here.
Yeah, fuck you, you damn cultist fucker. That's all I
That
can
is
do.
going to bring us to this guy who's going to completely ignore you as he's continuing this way. Bringing us to Toshinori, who's going to come over here. Take advantage of the flank. Go for a big hit. Miss terribly. That is going to bring us to this guy, who's going to race back at Toshinori. Not Toshinori, Torkoal. Go for some shocky fingers. That's a 24. It's definitely going to hit for 5 electric lightning damage.
Okay.
Xerxes gets... Or not Xerxes. Torkoal gets knocked over here. Xerxes!
Yeah, would that actually knock me back? I mean, it's
Yes.
electricity. It's not.
Dang.
It's going to miss.
Worth
Actually,
a shot.
Hang on, I'm
that's
thinking with
13.
Toshinori.
That's still not enough.
That's all for me.
Alrighty, Nimi. You are in freefall.
Well, I guess I'm gonna try and right myself. I will use my Eldritch Blast to do so.
Gotcha.
Oh, Discord, go away.
You managed to right yourself?
Okay, and that's my action and my movement.
Just bonus action left.
Yeah, but all my bonus actions minus. I have that. The question is do I actually have one? I do. It doesn't do anything this turn, but I'm gonna pull up my crossbow.
Fair.
Oh wait, it says nope, those are out of charges. Damn.
Do note you'll have disadvantage with that as well.
I'm gonna have disadvantage with everything. There is not a single thing that I can do right now that isn't a disadvantage. I am walking disadvantage.
That's fair.
These are the consequences of my own actions.
Anything else from Nimi?
Nope, I'm just getting prepared to actually put the crossbow expert feet to fucking work.
Lunaretta.
Yeah. I'll try to float
you got this.
through and under to end up here.
Gotcha.
Actually, would I get flanking if I'm here?
No.
Okay.
Would they have disadvantage from this guy still spinning out?
Yes. Because they have to avoid getting hit in the face by a foot.
Mhm.
Then I'll actually just end up here and then I'll stab with the rapier.
Gotcha. It's going to miss.
That's a turn.
That's going to bring
Oh,
us to
they have
Axie.
advantage.
Why do they have advantage?
Aren't they stabbing the spinning guy?
It doesn't give you advantage.
I
Oh.
have disadvantage anyway from just pure exhaustion.
So that's
Ah.
going to miss. That brings us to Axie. Axie's going to turn... She's going to just chill here for the moment. She's going to try to right herself again. She finally manages to correct herself. And this guy doesn't look as resistant as the other motherfuckers. So Axie is going to She's at disadvantage. But she's going to fire. That is a 13, which unfortunately misses. This looks unconscious. That guy, he's going to try to stab Xerxes. Because he does not care about the werewolf. He wants the tiefling. That is a 13. Wait, 13 hit? Yes, it does. 13? 4 slashing against Xerxes. Reuben. And Xerxes is knocked
Alrighty.
over here.
I've got this guy right behind me with a knife stabbed into Ruben's back. He is going to whip around and get in their shield. Strike in there.
Gotcha.
24.
That's going to hit.
Captain America in this.
4 damage.
4
as he
points of
goes
bludgeoning
flying over
damage,
here.
and yep.
Is
Does he
there-
collide with the other one?
He does, and they are both knocked asunder.
Yeah, right. Ruben's gonna take the opportunity to push himself off in Torquil's direction.
Gotcha.
Yep, getting right up to the magic caster, firing on him. And that is Ruben's turn.
That brings us to this
Uh,
guy.
Oh, before my turn ends, actually, how quickly are we coming up on ground level, by the way?
You don't see any.
Okay, that's something to worry about later on. But for right now, good we don't have a time limit.
Yeah. Dark.
But there's like big old rubble like just falling alongside us, right?
Yep. A lot of that. This guy's going this way. This guy is trying to right himself. In athletics, not acrobatics. Crit fail? Nope. This guy is going to try to right himself. Nope. Dude's on the move. Dude's going to come over here. Dude is going to use his healer kit. That's +1, so that's a 9. So, Torquil, you have got 9 HP left. Or 9 HP healed, anyway.
9 HP healed. Okay, that's. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude's not murdering you. He's got a little pack and he's healing you. Brings us to this guy over here who's going to attempt to right himself. Nope.
No,
Ruben's got them all tangled up. Torquil.
All right. Torquil is going to shoot over to this guy over here, and give him the good reckless slash.
That's going to hit.
Yeah, I'm rerolling one of those ones. So 10 slashing.
Alrighty. It's terminal. T-E-R. You were close. Anything else from Torquil?
That's all I can do.
Alrighty. That brings us to this guy. He is on the move. Toshinori. Toshinori is going to take an attack. You're going to drop your great weapon again. He's going to miss again. Toshinori's not having a good day despite having good modifiers. That brings us to this guy. He's going to try to electrocute Ruben over here.
Alrighty.
That's a crit.
Oof.
That is going to be... That's a pathetic crit. 5 damage as Ruben gets knocked out that way.
Cap.
This
He
is
tased me.
Xerxes.
Gonna blast this guy again.
Which one? There's 2 of them up
The
there.
one near. Yeah, the one next to Toshinori.
Gotcha. That's gonna hit.
Oh my gosh.
7 damage. Unfortunately, that is gonna knock him asunder as he tangles with Toshinori, knocking both of them asunder.
And that's it.
Nimmy.
Well, I'm gonna look at this white looking motherfucker. And just mentally tell them to back the fuck off. And we're gonna Eldritch Blast.
Gotcha. Didn't you just pull out your crossbow?
Yes, I did. So that's a lie. I will not be Eldritch Blasting. I will actually I will actually be pulling out my dagger as well.
You have a hand crossbow?
Yes, I do.
That's what it is. Okay. I just thought you had a large light crossbow and you're just like, I've got it and a knife.
You really think that Nimmy of all motherfuckers has a normal crossbow?
Well, considering that's usually part of their starting kit, pretty sure. Anyway.
Nimmy. Hand crossbow, because I am
A menace.
small.
What you doing?
Yes. I'm gonna stab with the dagger.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's not just 1 second.
It was a nice roll for once, too.
Yeah, but unfortunately I have disadvantage.
Still gonna hit.
Okay.
Thankfully, disadvantage doesn't mean much when you don't roll under a 10.
Also, this is a moon touch dagger, by the way.
Gotcha. 4 damage as they're gonna get knocked away.
And then I have crossbow expert, so I can shoot him. Let's see. Are you gonna let me roll like I'm supposed to this time? Maybe? Possibly?
That's gonna hit. That one only does 3 damage, however, and doesn't knock it back.
That's fine. It is getting mentally told to back the fuck up.
Lunaretta.
Yeah, gonna stab. 14.
14 is gonna hit. That is gonna do 7 damage, knock him asunder, but also hit Xerxes and knocks Xerxes asunder. That's gonna bring us to Axie. Axie is going to fly right past Nimmy. Get in this guy's... Actually, she's going to fly over here. Get in this guy's face and set off another bomb. As he gets launched that way, Axie gets launched that way. That's going to bring us this guy who's going to try to turn around and stab Toshinori. He's going to hit Toshinori for 3 damage. Ruben. And Toshinori gets hit.
Alrighty. Ruben's going to right himself in midair and redescends towards the spellcaster. Right back here. And going for the shield strike, because that has been very effective thus far.
Gotcha. You were
And
gonna
it keeps
hit.
being effective.
Knock him over
Might be
here.
something as special as in going forward.
You need a
4
spike
points of
shield.
bludgeoning damage.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Gonna ride that momentum to get. Let's see here, that was 20 feet. So gonna ride that the full 40 feet in that direction.
Gotcha. Anything else?
And that is everything.
This guy's on the move. He's going this way. That is going to bring us to this guy over here. He's going to try to ride himself. He's going to crit. He manages to untangle himself. He's going to use his action to ride his buddy. Bringing us to this guy over here who's still trying to ride himself. Nope. Brings us to Doot. Doot's gonna doot his way over here. Doot is gonna use a healing kit to give Ruben 10 HP.
Much appreciated.
He's doing his tiny best. His paws might be small, but his knowledge is mighty.
He's treating those taser wounds very well.
That is going to bring us to this guy down here who wants Ruben's booty butt. So he's coming this way, which brings us to Torque Roll.
Alright, and Torkel will head back over here, because fuck this guy in particular. And give him that good reckless slash.
That's going to hit.
Reroll that 2. Making it 10 once again.
And that is going to bring us to this guy over here who needs to try to ride himself. Nope. Brings us to Toshinori. Toshinori needs to try to ride himself. Toshinori manages to ride himself. But he's kind of stuck over there. Bringing us to this guy down here. He's going to go jump on Ruben.
Okay.
Electric Fingers. That's an 8. That's a miss.
And a reaction swing.
Backhand. That's going to hit.
Yeah, definitely gonna be working on specializing in the shield. It is working very well.
That brings us to Xerxes. You are currently uncontrolled fall.
Xerxes? Or am I the one losing internet?
No.
No, sorry, I couldn't. My mic came unplugged.
E.
All right, I'm gonna try to right myself using Eldritch Blast.
Gotcha. So advantage athletics.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Oof.
That's an 11.
Still doesn't help. As Xerxes
Well.
is still in freefall. Nimmy, you saw Axie just launch herself like a sack of potatoes. You're getting motion sick just by watching how fast she's spinning.
I'm gonna get in the way.
Gotcha.
And probably, if this hits, knock Torquil asunder, but... that is not the right thing. $14.
That is unfortunately gonna miss.
Well, let me read a thing. Doesn't specify I have to hit, so I can still use the crossbow.
Correct.
Are you going to roll is the question.
There we go.
You won't
Didn't
be
roll
flanking from
disadvantage
that.
though. Okay, there we go.
14 doesn't hit.
Well, 16 with flanking.
I think flanking specifically melee.
I
Ooh, I remember
I don't
going over
know.
this, but I don't remember what I said. It's specifically melee.
Does it
Yeah, I
count if
had
they're
a
shooting in
feeling.
melee range?
Hmm?
Does it count if they're shooting in melee range?
It needs to be a melee attack,
Ah,
which is what I was double checking. So unfortunately, that is still a 14, which misses.
Fair, but I'm giving Torquil flanking and being a menace to this motherfucker.
Absolutely. Lunaretta.
Alright, not gonna knock this dude into Xerxes again. I'm gonna move over
You're
here.
just using Xerxes as a punching bag over there.
I said I'm not gonna
Oh, okay.
bump this dude into Xerxes again.
I'd absolutely find it in character for Lunaretta. Just go, yeah, I'll be fine. Punch him into him, punch him into him, punch him into him. That's going to be an 11, so that misses.
Yep, that's it.
That brings us to Axie. Axie's going to try to get herself back in control over there in the corner. Nope. She's still asunder. That's going to bring us to this guy. He is going to try to get himself asunder. Nope. Ruben.
alrighty.
Go Captain
Gonna use
America,
action
somebody.
to.
Go Captain America, somebody.
I'm gonna save that for later because right now, gonna use action to officially tail coil Dude so I can bring them along with me. And I'm going to launch myself in the air towards in Torquil's direction.
Gotcha.
Do I have to ask in vertical space, how far down is this piece of rock here?
A good ways.
Okay, then yeah, going just in Torquil's direction, getting us all together.
Gotcha. It's going to bring us to this guy, who is going to whip around and attack Torquil. He is going to crit on that check, as he is going to press his feet to Torquil's chest and launch his ass. So Torquil, you're going to get kicked about 20 feet over this way. You get knocked over them as this guy fires himself off this way.
Since I position myself behind Torquil, can I make a strength check to keep him in place?
Unfortunately not.
Ah,
If you were already grappling, it would, but you also don't have any hands.
true.
So that guy's going to get over there. Which is going to bring us to a cloaked guy somewhere. Ah, he's over here. As he's coming for Ruben. This guy is probably asunder somewhere. Yep, there he is. Nope. Dude's holding on. Dude's just like, I got you back. No worries. Where are we going?
Don't worry about me. Go on to Nemi. Help them out.
Alright, he's going to go jump on Nimi's head. That brings us to this guy over here, who's going to come up here and attack Torquil. That is a 20, because reckless. It's going to be 4 slashing against Torquil. Torquil.
Alright. Let me just change that to a 1. There we go. If I were to, instead of attacking this guy back, oh wait, how much did that move me?
Oh, you got knocked 10 feet over here.
Okay, if I were to say dive toward Ruben and push him as hard as I possibly can, would he, with his movement, have enough range to reach that dragon?
Maybe. Depends on your strength check.
All right, Torquil is gonna dive toward Ruben and yell, go help Balassi, and push him as hard as I physically can towards that dragon.
Do note the push will get slowed down if Sizzlewick is still held. Are you keeping a hold on Sizzlewick, Ruben?
I'll shoot Torquil a knock or a look of, you.
Oh.
I will, but you gotta hold on to them. As Ruben will let go of Sizzlewick.
Gotcha.
Alright,
Roll
and-
a strength check.
All right, and I'm going to use a hero point, so this is an advantage. And strength check. Where are you? Strength. 21.
As Ruben is going to get launched over here.
Yeah, alrighty.
That is then going to bring us to this guy who's somewhere. Here he is. He's trying to get out from being knocked up nutty. Nope, that's a crit fail. Toshinori. Coming in for another attack. He's going to get that attack. Dishing out a total of 9 damage. Which is going to knock him back this way. Bringing us to this guy who still wants Ruben. So he's going for Ruben. Xerxes. You're still spiraling over there, I think. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to try to correct myself. Again. Oh, wait. That is the wrong thing. Oops.
Yep. So you're using Eldritch Blast. Nope. You're still spiraling. Unfortunately. Poor Xerxes. He's a Beyblade. Nimmy.
Let it rip.
Okay.
If Nimi's heading towards the Abishai, Ruben will extend his now free hand to offer a slingshot toss.
Like you're trying to give me a yeet.
Yeah, I mean, it's on my turn, so mechanically I can't really do much to improve it, but yeah, just for flavor's sake.
For flavor's sake. Honestly, at this point, Nimi's gonna put the fucking the hand crossbow away and accept that and yeet for this. And then we will Eldritch blast that motherfucker.
Gotcha. We're going for a tumble through time and space. We're falling to the ground very, very far away. That's going to hit. So he's going to get knocked up
I
here.
feel like there. Yep. Hidden eyelash in my eyeball.
Don't do that.
It was very rude of the eyelash.
All 10 damage. Good shot.
That's all I can do. I'm trying to get to Hexy.
That's going to bring us to Lunaretta.
Yeah. I'll move up here. I'll rapier this guy.
Gotcha. Miss.
That's all I can do.
That's going to bring us to Axie. Axie's going to try to stabilize themselves. Nope. So Axie's just going to blast herself in a random direction. She knows that thing's right next to her. Oh, of course, that's the way you go. I need a dex save from Nimi.
And if I choose to just let her take me with her,
It's not whether you're taking her with her, it's just which way you go. And whether or not you get yeeted.
fair enough. Dex. Na, 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 na. I would like to just go with her.
So you're just going to
I
fail?
would.
Because that's not going to do what you think it does.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, I am not just going to fail. I want to go with her. If that means I have to roll, then I'm going to roll.
It wouldn't...
I really
There we
wish
go.
that. I really fucking wish I could keep that.
So you don't get hit when she goes by. But you're too tired to be quick enough to grab her ass with how fast she's moving.
Damn.
As she jettisons herself over by Ruben.
I'm okay with that outcome.
She is still spinning wildly, though. That brings us to this guy, who's trying to right himself. Nope. Ruben. There's a wildly spinning Axie.
Ruben is going to make his way over towards her and attempt to right her.
To do? You are able to right her?
Yeah, okay, kid?
Fine.
It's cool if you need tossy cookies. That was a lot of spinning.
Wouldn't be the worst. Anything else from Ruben?
He is going to turn towards the Abishai as it's starting to get its bearings, and he is going to stare it down as he knows it's going to be coming after Axie again. As he is drawing his longsword once more.
Gotcha. As it is coming. But it doesn't quite make it there. That is going to bring us to this guy, who still wants Ruben, so he's chasing. This guy over here. Team, we can't fix ourselves. Oh, he does! So he's going to take a shot at, Loretta over here. That is a 17.
Mhm.
3
Hey,
damage.
Stacey,
Yeah.
do you want to roll in a little bit on the map since we're a bit more grouped together?
Oh, yeah, we can do that now until Axie launches herself somewhere.
Yes, until then, but at the very least, for now, get a little closer.
Yeah. Alrighty. As Lunaretta, you're taking 5 slashing, getting launched over here. That brings us to Doot. Doot sees the problem. Doot's coming over here. That brings us to this guy, who is gonna slam into Torpral. Waha! It's a 12. Torpral.
All right. Do I provoke opportunity attacks from these guys during this comp? Okay, good. So Torkel is gonna head over here.
Like they don't, you don't. Because wind.
Yeah. I'm gonna head over here and give this guy a good proper slashing. Oh, and then oh wait, no wait, I just remember what Ruben asked me to do. So I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
was gonna
grab.
say, Ruben was about to yell out, Torkel, what about Sizzlewick?
Right. So Torkel is going to use his action to grab hold of Sizzlewick under his arm,
Okay.
and he's going to head toward. I'm going to head toward Dude and Lunaretta.
Okay. That brings us to this guy. Is he going to manage to get his feet under him? Yes, he finally does. Which means the hunt is back on. That brings us to Toshinori, as y'all are still falling at quite the speed now, though. As Toshinori is going to move down here. He is going to go for his shot. He is finally going to hit as he cleaves this guy in half. He has great weapon. I think he gets another attack. Yeah, he does get another attack. He's unfortunately going to miss. This one wants Ruben. Actually, this guy's going for Axie. That's going to miss Axie. Just barely. Xerxes, you're still flying willy-nilly.
I'm gonna try to correct myself
Come on.
again.
You got this.
I don't got this. I don't think.
That's a plus. You've rolled like that every
It's been
time.
a rough. It's been.
You've
It's been
done
a rough
two
day for me.
11s, 1 12. You're not used to getting hit, so you're very out of it.
Yeah, bro.
At the very least, that was just his movement, so
He used his
Yeah, that was with
thing.
advantage. That was my Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, he's trying to right himself. It's just not working. Somebody grab him and right him.
Bro's not used to falling.
Nimmy.
Nimi is going to go here and shoot this motherfucker
Okay.
because go the fuck away. And I swear to the gods, if I can't get this fucking eyelash out of my eye,
Just
I'm
take out
gonna
the
lose
whole
it.
eye.
I'm contemplating that as a choice. Okay. I didn't roll this.
That's
1 second.
still gonna hit as you roll the same thing you've been rolling.
What are you talking about? I
You
rolled a
keep
nat
getting
20.
17s.
Hell, that I will agree.
But that's gonna
Which
hit.
is really funny because the dex save, while it was a 17, I only had a +2. So I'm not actually rolling the same thing. I'm just kind of rolling the same thing.
But that's gonna hit. 6 damage, so he gets blasted backwards.
And he can go the fuck away.
Lunaretta.
Here and attack.
It's gonna miss.
Yep.
Axie sees problem. So Axie
before
is.
she can blow herself up once more, Ruben will gesture with his sword, if you need to stab something, use this.
Oh, she has a dagger on her hip. She just hasn't pulled it. But she is just gonna. She's not blowing herself up top. This time she's just flying this way.
Okay.
Which brings she still has an action, so she's gonna take a shot at the guy she's passing by. Because she might as well. She's gonna hit. For 3 fire damage. That brings us to Ruben. Ruben, you have 3
Alrighty.
hands.
Ruben is going to, if Nimi will allow, return the slingshot swing and launch himself towards the Abishai.
Okay.
Absolutely. Get him.
Yep. Going with the sword stab. Oof.
Unfortunately,
Well,
he is
too much
able to push it out of the way.
At the very least, he is directly engaged with this and standing between it and Axie.
Until you're not anymore. as it is going to go over there. This guy continues the hunting of Reuben. This guy, is he knocked us under? Is he? No, he's right. He's going to try to stab Lunaretta, because Lunaretta keeps trying to stab him. That's a crit fail. Nope. Dude is now over here. So dude's going to come over here and stabilize Xerxes. That's going to bring us to this guy. They are going to rush this way. Going to take a stab at Nimi. 23. For 4 slashing damage. Oracle.
All right. Am I able to wield my sword if I have Sizzlewick underneath one of my arms?
You with disadvantage.
All right. Well, I'm gonna point my sword forward and dive toward that guy, and move over here, attacking this guy. Still got Sizzlewick underneath here. I'm gonna recklessly attack, so that disadvantage is just normal +2.
Do note from where you are, you will knock him into Toshinori if you hit.
Oh wait, where was I? Right around.
Around
And-
here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I won't get flanking if I move anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So Toshinori is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And strike.
You
God
missed.
damn it.
Oof.
Of course I crit failed on that. Well, that's all I can do right now.
That's going to bring us to this guy who's making a beeline. That brings us to Toshinori. Toshinori really can't go anywhere without hitting anybody, so he's just going to swing. He misses. That's going to bring us this guy. He finally catches back up to Reuben. He's going to crit Reuben. He really didn't. He really wanted to catch Reuben. That is going to be
It's
9.
because I-
And launch
It's
you
because
over
I drew the sword. It's acting as a lightning rod.
Probably. So that's 9 lightning damage. Xerxes.
Gonna blast this guy.
Gotcha.
Or attempt, I should say.
That's a miss. Dice are really against the party today.
That's gonna be it for me.
That's going to bring us to Nimi.
Give me like 2 seconds. My headset started screaming at me.
I love it when that happens.
I know. I had to go get. I had to go get my charger. Because normally the one I had right here, I took with me to my parents' house. So, plugging it back in.
Da-dun, 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 da-da-da-da-dun.
Okay. Now that I've knocked everything around, I am going to. Whee! And then shoot that guy in the fucking back.
Gotcha. The Abashi.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Get away from Max.
That's going to hit.
Uh.
8 damage. That's going to blast him back this way.
And I can't move anymore. So that's my turn.
Lunaretta. Lunaretta. It's going to miss. That guy's surrounded, but just ducking and weaving, apparently. Anything else, Lunaretta?
Nope.
Reuben?
Yeah, I'm back. Alrighty, just in time. Let me see here how far away is. Okay, launchable distance away. Ruben is going to push himself past the spellcaster and keep it on the Abishai. Mid flight, he is going to resheath the sword, as it has not been lucky for him thus far. And he is going to go for that good old shield bash once more.
Gotcha.
There
hit.
we go.
I don't think Ruben's going to use a sword anymore.
Yeah, I think I found my new weapon speciality. Quick question with the exhaustion casting.
Mm-hmm.
Does it apply to divine smites?
Yes, because it is a spell slot.
Then I'm going to ride this natural 20, take the exhaustion level, and throw a divine smite on there as well.
It is a fiend, so increase damage from that as well.
All right, first off, 9 bludgeoning damage from the shield bash,
Which goes down to 4.
and then it is regularly 2d6. That goes up. Is it 1 or 2 dice from it being a
1.
fiend?
So it goes up to 3, and then up to 6.
Alrighty, so 6d6 radiant damage. 21 blackjack.
As it hisses, very angry at you.
Ruben's just going to hiss back in Draconic. I'm the one you should be worrying about, not the kid.
That is going to bring us to their turn, as they are going to attempt to murder Ruben. Where'd their sheet go? I've lost their sheet.
I ate it.
I know I hit him hard,
They're
but I
dead.
didn't think that hard.
That is going to be a 19, a 15, and a 20. As they are
19 and 20 will hit.
lashing in, dealing a total of 5 piercing, 4 cold, and 5 force for 14 total damage.
All right,
As Ruben
Ruben
gets launched
is,
away.
by some miracle, still up with 4 HP.
As they finally catch up to Axie. But they don't have an action left to grapple Axie. Ruben took them away. This guy's going to try to tackle Ruben. As we got another shocking grasp. That's a 25. Ruben, you're going to
That
take
hits.
2 damage. They roll pathetic damage.
At the very least, it keeps Ruben up.
This guy's going to try to stab Lunaretta. 12, that misses. Doot sees a problem. Doot's on the way. Doot's going to take another point of exhaustion. Keep the party alive as long as they can. $19 HP.
Much better.
Working against this guy, he's going to try to stab the dragon. It's going to miss. Torque roll.
All right. I'm gonna let go of Sizzlewick for now and use both hands to slash at this guy in front of me. Recklessly.
Mm-hmm. Gonna hit.
4. Oh, bullshit. I'm gonna re-roll both those. So,
So
10,
plus 7 damage.
11.
That's gonna hit, knocking both these two asunder. Anything else?
That's all I can do right now.
That brings us to this guy, who's on his way to murder Axie. Bringing us to Toshinori. Toshinori's going to try to get back on his feet. He is. He is going to go for his swing. That is a 13 up to a 15. He's going to hit for 21 as he's going to sever him. And then Toshinori's on the move. He's going to go here.
Maybe I should get.
And does he get his extra swing for the great weapon?
He does. Because he murdered somebody. He's already used great weapons, so he's going to keep trying to use it. Nope. Xerxes.
I'm gonna blast the one next to Toshinori.
Gotcha. Disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's going to hit. That is going to kill.
Oh my gosh. You know what that means?
You get HP back, I think, or is it 10?
5 temporary hit points.
Yeah, in case somebody comes and stabs you again.
Because, I need it. And that's it for me.
Nini?
Okay. We're gonna go. Boop. And we're gonna blast this one. Because go the fuck away. Me wishing we were level 5. That didn't roll disadvantage. $18.
That is going to hit.
Okay.
As he's going to go spiraling back. Lunaretta. Oh, anything else?
No, I can't do anything else.
Lunaretta.
Wave my knife menacingly.
Get all the way over here. I'm gonna hit this guy, hopefully into the other guy.
Go for it. It's going to miss.
That's a turn.
That is going to bring us to Axie, who is going to almost on instinct take a slash with the hilt. And Nini, you're the only one close enough to see it. There is very briefly a surge of fire just before she slams it into this thing's chest. And it detonates, throwing you and Axie a long ways and knocking y'all asunder. For those that are watching the map, they're all the way down here now. We'll get back to them eventually. Ruben, there was just a detonation.
Yep, I see that. Ruben is not going to let this one remaining Abishai go after them, as he is going to first prime himself to launch himself off of this guy here.
Roll a strength check.
Well, actually, let me see here.
Are you
Yeah,
using your action to push off him?
No, just for
Oh,
flavor's
text.
sake,
Okay,
like
never mind.
launching off of him. He's going to, as he passes Lunaretta, say, "They're focusing on the kid," and launch himself past. 40 feet brings him here, and he is going to use that momentum for another shield bash.
Gotcha. That is going to miss.
Yeah, all right.
Your
At the very
first
least,
miss.
I am drawing attention.
Yep. This guy still wants Ruben. Shocking grass. That's 20.
20 does hit.
5 electric damages, so lightning damage.
Okay.
As you get fired over here.
I swear, by the end of this, Ruben is going to have a twitch.
Dude's gonna do something Dude don't normally do. Dude's gonna go, om nom nom, bitch. I'm the dragon in charge. Fuck you. This dude's gonna bite hard. and yeet this
Damn,
guy up
dude.
that way.
Damn, dude.
This guy doesn't
You
want
can
to
do
be
this
anywhere
entire
near that
time?
dragon. He's going this way after fucking Rupin. That brings us to Torkel.
All right. Torkel is going to, I guess, grab hold of Sizzlewick, use my action, and head down here.
Gotcha. It is at this point, this guy moves this way, grabs both of them, and jets down a tunnel away from the rest of y'all.
Just leaving the sword behind?
Yeah.
There was a tunnel?
I mean, you're falling down a tunnel, yeah.
Ah.
So they just went through a side passage and we're still
Yeah.
falling?
Yeah. So what does the party want to do?
I mean, I'm gonna
Fall.
grab a hold of Axie and try and get back to the party.
It takes y'all a second or two to orient yourself, because that was an explosion. But the two of you are able to grab hold of each other and bring yourselves back to the others.
How far down is this big ass piece of debris right here? I'm assuming that's actually on the map and not just.
Yeah, it's significantly. It takes you a little bit to fall down there, but you can.
I'm gonna like head down there and try to land on it. And I'm assuming since it's falling at the same speed as us, or at the very least, I don't take falling damage from landing on something that's already falling at the same speed as me.
No,
So I'm
you're
just
fine.
gonna try to land on it and sit down.
Yeah, Ribbon's gonna call out to the others. Everyone, gather up on that rock. It'll take the impact. Yes, he's gonna air swim towards it.
I'll take
Hold on,
Axie
no.
towards it. When we get within range, Nimi will inform Ruben that that's not how physics work.
Hey, good chance as soon as this thing hits the ground, we're all dead. But I figure that I'd rather die on my ass than spinning out of control.
Lucky for you, I've got an idea on how to deal with that. You hear from Axie.
Aye.
Well, two options. Either I set an off explosion underneath us, launching us back, or I just cast Featherfall.
Out of curiosity, any of do you have enough? Can you cast that on enough of us? So we all don't die.
Let me double check.
I think at what level we are at right now,
You
it's
can get up to 5 other creatures.
that's. I'm
So if she
assuming
casts
it'll
it
be-
twice, she gets all of you.
Okay. I mean, I don't even think they will need to cast it twice. I can just hold on to Sizzlewick.
You'll
Sure,
lose
dude
your
flies
grip on
anyway.
him. You're going at terminal velocity at this point. You're going at 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, we need the spell, otherwise we're all pancakes.
Fair enough. Right. Well, Torkel like looks over the sides of the big ass rock where I'm sitting on. Do I see like the bottom at all, or am
No.
I just like infinite darkness? Okay. Well, this might take a while.
Y'all continue to fall for another 8 minutes. Sometimes you'll see tunnels, sometimes you'll see strange fungi. But at the very end, you see a dark void surrounded by a bunch of mushrooms. I think that's water.
Oh lord.
Oh, that's definitely water. Actually, then casts the spell, and y'all slam into the water. With quite the splash as y'all hit the water right behind that giant rock you were on. And unfortunately, the thing nobody thought about, there's a giant amount of displaced water. So when the rock hits, y'all slow down to its speed, and you're like, oh, we're not bad anymore, we're good. And then the water comes crashing on top of y'all and sucks y'all underwater. But as for what happens after that, we'll have to find out next time. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. And for those listening in, I hope you come back to see what this dumbass party is going to do. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.
Everyone, welcome to the Underdark.